Hello guys, welcome to Bunches of Books. I'm Marilyn, and today we are talking about Through the Evernight by Veronica Rossi. This, if you do not know, is the second book in her Under the Never Sky trilogy, and it picks up exactly, or within minutes, of where the first book left off. So if you haven't read the first book, or you haven't read this book, go read them, and come back, and we will talk then. So goodbye, non-spoilery people. Okay. Some initial thoughts that I had on this book were, one, I really liked Aria's character development in this. I felt like we got more of the outsider Aria than, like, the scared little girl that we had in the first book. She was definitely a stronger person and more of a kick-ass heroine. So I was really, really happy about that. So applause for the character development in this book. I also felt like with Soren and Hess communicating through the smart eye with her, I felt like we got a little bit more of her past life, which was really what I wanted, because in the first book we really didn't see anything before the fire, and I really wanted to feel what her life was like before she was thrown into this new world and just told, hey, accept it, bruh. Also, just the character development in general, with all of the characters. Perry had some really good character development moments when he was, helping do the marking ceremony and he convinced Arya to get the marks. I thought that was really cool because he realized that she really needed that on the outside and that she didn't already have them. So, good, applaud for Perry. Also, Roar had great character development, especially when we saw Liv. The whole Liv character, at first I really didn't like Liv. She was a little bit of a bitch at first, because she was really, and we saw that she did it for the safety of Roar and the tides, which I really liked because, if she just did it just to do it, she, ripped Roar's heart out for no literal reason. So, yeah, and then when Sable shot Liv, okay, Sable, you're a total jackass, and you're a dumb one at that, because you just shot your fiancé, and you could have used Liv. I mean, she was a good fighter, she was a strong seer, so, I mean, she was a valuable person. Why'd you shoot her? You jerk. But I felt like, again, we got more character development out of that, because that whole scene where Liv is saving or helping Arya and Roar get the smart eye back and just get out of there, kudos to Liv. And then when Arya was talking to Roar after and she was trying to make him feel better, I just felt like that was so sweet. It was such a teary moment because Roar was all heartbroken over Liv and Arya's trying to help him. So that was a heartbreaking moment. While we're on the rant of characters that I don't like, Brooke is also a bitch. I don't think she really understood that Arya was not connected to every bad thing that ever happened. The whole dweller outsider thing, that came along way, way before Arya, so you can't blame Arya for that. And Brooke was just a bitch about going on and on and on about, oh, you kidnapped Clara and Talon, and you inflicted the Aether upon us, and yeah, so Brooke needed to take a chill pill for a minute and just really think about her actions. But at the same time, when Perry brought Arya into the tides, he couldn't really think that they'd accept her perfectly, that she was going to perfectly integrate with their society, because she was not from this world, and dwellers were looked down upon by the outsiders. The outsiders looked down on dwellers because they're like, oh, you lived a sheltered life, we lived out here, and we know how this thing works. So I thought in some ways Perry was a little bit stupid at that point, because, I mean, Arya went and got poisoned, and yeah, so that really didn't go well. Well, and then Arya wound up running off with Roar to help find Liv and save Reverie and find the Still Blue, and so it brought about character development, and plot development was really good in this book, so that was nice. Trying to think. And when they got back to the Tides, when Arya and Roar got back to the Tides, and, you know, Cinder had been kidnapped because Kira and the rest of, like, the Horn Soldiers had brought the food, which was part of the bargain for Liv, and they wound up kidnapping Cinder and ransacking the village, and Perry had the right idea going to the cave. I don't think anyone could really, like, find a downside other than you're going to be living in a cave, because it was the safest thing for Perry to do to save his people. So that was really great. But then Arya and Roar come back, and Roar is, like, torn apart from the whole thing with Liv, and Arya's like, Perry, don't hurt him, and then Roar's like, it's Liv, Perry, she's dead, I tried to save her and I couldn't, and Arya's like, okay, Perry, don't hurt him, we have to go we have to go get to Reverie, and get Clara and Talon, and even Soren and Caleb and all of her friends, and everyone there, and Arya was just having, like, a sweet heroine moment when she's just like, we have to save these people who, it's not their fault that they were pretty much left to die, because Sable pretty much abandoned Reverie, and it was coming down on top of them. So it was really just like, she was like, I'm gonna go save these people. And she did. They went to Reverie, Arya and Perry went to Reverie, and they pretty much fought their way inside. Arya got shot on the way inside in the arm, and she might have lost her arm. I'm really not sure. I think she lost control of that arm. And they killed several people, and they got inside, and Arya's just like, okay, I can't think about my arm yet. We have to fix and get all these people out of Reverie. She's like, put a Band-Aid on it and we'll go. And I was like, Arya, you are such, like, now you're such a badass heroine when you came from being a dweller and being helpless, being thrown onto the outside for something that wasn't really your fault. And now she's just accepted her fate, and I kind of liked that. I liked that she was able to do that. I'm excited to see how the whole dwellers integrating with the outsiders in this cave, I'm kind of excited to see how that goes, because I am very interested. I have the third book, and I'm going to start on it probably when I'm done filming this. So hopefully I'll get that done soon, and that video will be up. So yeah, once again, I'm Rylan. This is Bunch of the Books. See you next time!